Hey, what's going on, everyone? This here is a Savage Model 12 in 308 Winchester. And if you've wondered where I've been these past three or 4 weeks now, it's been a little while since I made a video. It's probably double shifting at my job to buy this and another pistol I've purchased. And I'm not going to review it today, but I purchased both of these. And oh, the pistol was pretty cheap, but this rifle here, back when I remember when I graduated high school, one of these was around, it was either 1,000 or 1,100. And this one here, when I purchased it, it came with a bipod by Harris. It came with a BSA Platinum scope. Now I know BSA is not the best, but when I pulled these turret caps off, it was solid brass, and it seemed to do very well today. I have 5 different ammos that I've shot, and that's kind of what this video is about, you guys. I'm not necessarily reviewing this rifle today. I just want to show you guys the practical accuracy that I had at 100 yards today. I have 5 different ammos that I tested, and I just want to tell you what I know about this rifle and why I think this is a very good choice if you happen to pick one of these up. I know back in 2007, 8, and 9, this it's a Cho 8 stock by a machine tool company. There's actually a little plaque on the back side. Oops, little plaque right here, and it's about a 13-pound gun or so, you guys. I'll get it where you can read it. There it is. Designed by Major John Plaster, manufactured for Savage Arms Inc. by Cho 8 Machine and Tool Company. So this here is a heavy, free-floated 26-inch barrel target sniper rifle. And I don't know if they advertised this one for law enforcement use or what, but yeah, that's what this is. This is a sniper rifle for sure. It's Now the scope is definitely not a like a mil spec scope or anything. This is a 8 by 32 by 44. Those are some big numbers there. Aluminum tube, BSA platinum. I looked this scope up. They used to go for around 160 or 135 depending on where you'd get them. So it's not a high-end scope, but if it tracks, then I'm going to keep it. And today out at the range it tracked very well, but this is just the first day of testing with it. And let me go ahead and show you guys my zero target. So at first I zeroed the rifle on this right here. 7.62 by 51. 7.62 by 51. And when I first got out there, that was my first shot right there. That was at 100 yards. I bore sighted the gun just by pulling out the bolt, looking down the barrel, ticking the turrets until it looked about right. I'm pretty good at it by now. I hit right there. And then for whatever reason, my next shots landed in here, and I started thinking, wait a second, is something wrong with this scope? Then I moved it and it hit up here, and then I adjusted it back, and I'm like, okay, I think I know where it is. And I shot this 3-shot group with this stuff right here. So that's sub MOA. Uh, that's probably that's probably a little under 1 MOA. And then I'm like, okay, it's time to print. And what do I mean by printing? Well, that's when you get every type of ammo. I had 5 boxes of 308 out there today. Had the Federal that I just showed you. Had Monarch. That's a Russian. It's actually made by, I don't know who makes it, probably Bernal or somebody, but you buy this at Academy Sports in Texas. It's Monarch. Cheap. It's like $10 a box. Then I had this old Norinco China Sport. You can't even buy this stuff anymore. It's $10 when I did buy it. 147 grain here. The Monarch's 145 grain. These are steel cased, and these look just like the one on the side of the box. It's a steel case with a copper coated bullet. And these right here are a whole copper wash. You can see they're a little different looking. This is rare ammo. I know China doesn't import ammo like this anymore, so that was sanctioned or something. So I have a friend that says I should hold on to this stuff, but I got 10 boxes of it or more, so I was curious how accurate it was. Then I have Federal. I have Winchester 150 grain 308. Then I have Winchester 180 grain 308. And I'll hold these up just so you can see the energy and the performance. Here, let me get it to focus here. There you go. You can pause the video if you'd like, if you want to check that out. But so that's what I shot today. And after I zeroed the gun and shot that group, this was what I mean by printing. I shot all ammo types here. You see the Norinco is pretty horrible. That's like 3 MOA. Now the Winchester 150 grain, now those did good. The Monarch actually did pretty good. You see the point of impact's a little different with each type of ammo. That's why it's so important to find the ammo your gun likes and shoot that. Which for me, it could be the Winchester 150s or it could be the Federal, the 7.62 by 51 offering that I tried today. It surprised me that the 180 grain dropped that much. I didn't mess with the scope. It dropped a good 4 inches there. And there's 2 shots in that same hole. That's about like 1 3/4 MOA or something roughly like that. Now I reshot that same ammo. It didn't do any better. I have another gun that loves the 180 grain, so and actually shoots the 180s more like this. So now I had a rifle like this, you guys, back when I got out of high school. I purchased a Savage Model 12 FV, and then I put it was a composite fiber stock on it. This is really what I wanted, but back then this gun costed twice as much, and it was when I started Bible college, and I was, you know, dying to self and pretty much giving up everything that I ever really loved or enjoyed. Let me put it like that. I didn't want to love any materialistic thing back when I started high school, so I sold all my guns. And I was just missing that gun here a few weeks ago. Like, man, the Lord never asked me to do that. I just was very convicted by the book of 1 John about love not the world nor the things of the world. For if any man loveth the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And I sold a lot of guns back then, and I missed that gun, and I was looking through the used market on guns.com, and you guys, I picked this up for under $500 with the Harrison scope, bipod, BSA Platinum scope, steel rings, steel mounts, and I could see a little Loctite on the top of these, so somebody hopefully did them right. It's very tight. Completely free-floated aluminum pillar bedding, huge aluminum pillars in this. It's a cool stock. It's a 13-pound gun. But yeah, so I got the one I wanted. I will be making custom hand loads for this with a Lee loader, probably with 168 grain Sierra Match King bullets, Reloader 15 powder, or IMR, I think it's 3820, or I can't exactly remember. I have a few loads that I used to do back when I was 19, and I had all 5 bullets in a dime size. I could cover it with a dime at 100 yards. I could do that every other group. So more to come on this gun, you guys. I'm just letting you know where I've been and what I've been up to. So I've been doubling at my job. Uh, Here's something else. I'm into bayonets as well. These are Yugoslavian. Uh, these are going all over online right now. You can get them as low as 20 bucks, and they won't be that way very long. See the Cosmoline on them there, but they have a little wire cutter. You actually put this in there like that, and there's a little piece, and now you can cut fence wire if you're a soldier with that little cutter right there. And that was the design. But yeah, these are quality. I'll probably sharpen one up and keep it as a hunting knife. They have a real good sheath. That's not going to come out of there. You need like a good 30 or 40 pounds of force to pull one of these out. Again, that Cosmoline. It's going to take me a while to get the Cosmoline out, but I think I got these on R Gun or something like that. That was the name of the website. So if you're looking for some bayonets, check that out. And also, I did this too. I completely restored this VZ70, VZOR70. This is a Czechoslovakian CZ70 pistol. It's an update of the CZ or VZ50. I think the VZ I think is more the military type name for it. But this is a great little 32 ACP. Today's the first day I shot it when I was out at the range shooting this rifle with that target you just saw, and at 25 yards I had 5 shots in a 2-inch group with this. So this gun is It's very accurate. It's not my most accurate gun. That's my 1911 Springfield Range Officer. That's a very accurate gun, but this is my most accurate 32 at the moment. I did better with this than my Walter PP. So that surprised me. I need to do a more extensive review on this. I completely took this gun apart. I replaced some parts and pretty much refurbished it. But a video will come one day on that pistol. But well, the only thing I need to mention now, you guys, if you do shoot steel-cased ammunition through a bolt-action gun, this is one thing you need to be aware of. These bolt guns, of course, are the most accurate. You know, I know back in Vietnam, Carlos Hathcock, he had a M40A1 or something like that. I know they used to use Winchester. I don't know if it was the Model 70 or something, but I know the M40A1, that was kind of my favorite gun from the Vietnam era, and that was a 308. Carlos Hathcock, of course, that was a legendary man that, you know, he was very, I don't remember how many confirmed kills he had, but he did some impossible missions and came back alive, just in a ghillie suit on the ground for days, bitten by bugs, ants, you name it. And he used a 10 power scope. And the military, I think, they moved it up to a, Carlos, I know he used a 8 power. The military, they'd use a 10 power in the following years after him. And I think the M24, I think that came with like a 10 power scope. I'm not 100%, but I know a standard mil-dot 10 power scope has always been mil-spec from my research. And now, when I had the Model 12 FV that was very similar to this, just not with the stainless, back in high school when I was making my own reloads and going out to the range all the time, I had a SWFA Super Sniper scope, and that was a Navy SEAL contract scope that was bought out by uh, SWFA when the contract expired or something. A lot of money went into that scope's development, and that scope has some of the best tracking. It's a very nice scope. So if you're looking for the best scope that you can get for, you know, 350 and under, they're kind of hard to find today, but they pop up on eBay now and then. But do some research on the SWFA Super Sniper scope. Now they have 10 powers. I think they have 12 powers, 20 power, uh, but they're very good scopes. I've heard people that dropped their gun off the range, the knob was bent sideways and it held a 0. I've heard other people. Anyway, I'm not. I kind of exaggerated. I'm guessing it had a slight bend. I'm not sure. I've heard crazy stories about that scope. I've had bench rest shooters. When I used to have mine, I was sitting there with my Savage F12V, very similar to this, shooting with that Super Sniper scope, and people would walk up and they're like, "That's a nice scope you got there." I know about those. Very nice scope. And there's lots of videos about that scope, and there's lots of information. It was a Navy SEALs mil-spec contract scope, so if you're wanting the best bang for your buck, that's probably what you should get. Uh, I've already ordered one 3 days ago, but I'm kind of reluctant to put it on here if this scope does so well. It did well today, so all I need to do right now is make some reloads and just monitor the tracking. I set the zeros, as you can see. The zeros have been set. So if this thing tracks good, because right now it's sighted in on this stuff, and at 100 yards, I'd probably smack a $50 first shot. I know when I make some reloads, it'll probably drop down to dime-sized groups. So, uh, yeah, back on track here. I digressed. This right here, if you notice the extractor, it's on a spring. Uh, the round, when it comes in there, that little place, it grips it. Let me let my camera focus here. That little almost a copperish color. I'm sure it's steel. It just has some kind of coating on it, I think. But that little extractor, those, when you shoot steel-cased ammunition through a bolt gun, I've had those crack and break before. And one time it did it to where it lodged itself in the firing pin hole. And I'm sitting there slamming the bolt forward on a live round, and it was marring up the firing pin on the back of that round. That I'm lucky that bullet didn't explode and shoot the bolt right back into my, cheek and neck. So this is something you really want to be aware of. When you shoot steel-cased ammunition through a bolt gun, even today when I was out there testing this Norinco and this Russian stuff, I noticed, the bolt would come up, it's a little tighter. It did not like it. I probably will never shoot steel case through this gun again. That's just enough of a reminder for me. No cracks, nothing wrong with this. I'll keep an idea on that extractor. It's never done it to me in a Savage, but it did it to me on a Mauser M18. And those are very popular in Europe, and a few of them made their way into the US. I got one of the SHOT Show floor models, actually. I own one of those. But yeah, and that's a very accurate rifle, that Mauser M18. But I think this rifle here has more potential. I just you have to pull the trigger and push down on this piece on these. When you do that, then it goes in. And like a Mauser, you can hold the trigger now and you can let the bolt down and you don't have to dry fire your gun that way. But so far that BSA Platinum scope is doing just fine. I will be probably, I don't know. I might leave it on there. I might put the SWFA Super Sniper 10x42 on it that I have ordered 3 days ago. I just don't know. I need to get those reloads made. So you guys, this is what I've been up to. Yeah, steel case and bolt guns, not the best. Get a Lee loader. It's so easy to make your own rounds, hand loads. I can make 50 rounds in an hour and 20 minutes. And they're hand loaded. You can get a little scale. You can weigh your powder. I bought this for just weighing jewelry and stuff, but it weighs gunpowder just the same. You can even, the tare, you can set it. Everything's there. Other than that, you guys, I mean, I bought some bayonets. Bought some Yugoslavian bayonets. These were nice. They were on ourgun.com, I believe. Our Guns or Our Gun for $20 right now, and these are super nice. These are Cosmoline still on there, but yeah. Hope I'm not repeating myself, you guys. This is my second take today. So, well, last but not least, you guys, I want to share my favorite Bible verse, well, favorite Psalm in the Bible. And that's Psalms 139. And this is a very powerful Psalm. If you've never heard this, please don't click away. It's 24 verses. This is the New American Standard. Psalms 139. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You understand my thought from afar. You scrutinize my path and lying down. You are intimately acquainted with all my ways. Even before there's a word on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it all. You have enclosed me behind and before. You laid your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is too high. I cannot attain to it. Where can I go from your spirit, or where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the dawn, if I dwell in the remotest part of the sea, even there your hand will lead me, and your right hand will lay hold of me. If I say, surely the darkness will overwhelm me, and the light around me will be night, even darkness is not dark to you, and the night is as bright as the day. Darkness and light are alike to you, for you form my inward parts. You wove me in my mother's womb. I will give thanks to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, and my soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret and skillfully wrought in the depths of the earth. Your eyes have seen my unformed substance, and in your book were written the days that were ordained for me, when yet there was not one of them. How precious also are your thoughts to me, O God! How vast is the sum of them! If I should count them, they would outnumber the sand. When I awake, I am still with you. Oh, that you would slay the wicked, O God! Depart from me, therefore, men of bloodshed, for they speak against you wickedly, and your enemies take your name in vain. Do I not hate those who hate you, O Lord? Do I not loathe those who rise up against you? I hate them with the uttermost hatred. They have become my enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxious thoughts, and see if there be any hurtful way in me, and lead me in the everlasting way. There's so much here, you guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful psalm. It is my favorite psalm. Uh, in that verse 16, your eyes have seen my unformed substance, and in your book were all written the days that were ordained for me, when as yet there was not one of them. That's powerful, you guys. That's Reformed theology at its pinnacle. Yeah, Martin Luther writes about this in The Bondage of the Will. God does not, his exhaustive foreknowledge of all things, he didn't just know that you would do this or that in a free will sense. The will is not truly free. It was determined to an extent. Uh, Martin Luther, he argues about that strongly. It's pretty interesting. It's a lot. It's like David says in the earlier part. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. All your days are written in a book when as yet there were none. So I truly believe that, you guys. It's pretty crazy that I came across this rifle. I'd given it up, and then the one that I actually wanted came back to me. And then that scope popped up on eBay, and the guy accepted an offer for $285 on that. You can't even find those SWFA Super Sniper Navy SEAL contract scopes very often anymore. So, and don't take my word for it. Go watch Cyclops Reviews or Cyclops Optics or something. He's on YouTube. That man, he touches more scopes than anybody. He wears an eye patch. He's a one-eyed man, but very nice guy. Yeah, I have no idea about his religious beliefs or any such thing, but he knows scopes. So, and he loves the scope, the SWFA Super Sniper, not this BSA Platinum. This is, if this scope works, I'll keep it. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to end with that. I hope this blessed someone. And you guys have a blessed day. I will get back to you with a future range report from this rifle, and I will even show you guys my reloading process and exactly what I do to achieve that, half MOA group size that I know this rifle is capable of. That's a beautiful bore. I bet this gun has had less than 100 rounds through it. It's the wear on the bolt was minimal. So yeah, that's quite the rifle for under 500 with tax total and transfer. So and shipping. So especially when had I bought that back in 2008, that would have been even with that scope on it, it would have costed me around 1400. So well, anyways, you guys have a blessed day. Until next time. Bye bye.